of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We remain standing. I ask that Pastor Gerald Wilcoxon from Mount Sinai Baptist Church, would you please come forward and do the invocation? Let me just say before Pastor comes up, you know, it was 20 years ago. Actually, it was 22 years ago that I went to my pastor and says, Pastor, they're asking me to run for this position. I told him at that time, I says, Pastor, I don't think I'm qualified. I don't speak well. I have trouble, you know, in front of audiences. Sometimes, I don't know if I could handle the job. He came to me and says, Leon, Alderman, if God has it for you, he will put people in your right places. He will put things in front of you that, those challenges that you have, he will put that path so that you can move forward. Pastor, thank you. Thank you for the word. And here it is, 20 years later, I'm in this office still. And Pastor, that's one of the reasons I wanted to have you do our invocation here this evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Praise God for you. Let us pray. Eternal God, our Father, today we lift up Mayor Rockingham and the City Council for the outstanding job they have done. We thank you for choosing and positioning them to serve at this time in the great city of North Chicago. We pray for your wisdom to guide them, your strength to uphold them, and your vision to inspire them. Grant them integrity, courage, and compassion as they make decisions that will affect the lives of so many.
Yes, Lord.
Keep their hearts humble and their minds clear.
Amen.
Protect them from discouragement and division.
Yes.
Help them to lead with fairness, transparency, and dedication.
Yes, Lord.
Surround them with wise counselors and faithful supporters. Lord, we ask that you will enrich, encourage, enlighten Mayor Rockingham and this cabinet, the cabinet officers.
Yes, Lord.
May their leadership bring prosperity, peace, and dignity to the people they represent.
Yes.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, Pastor. At this time, I'd like to do a roll call.
One second, please. Okay, sorry about that. Alderman Jackson,
Present.
Alderman Coleman, Alderman Evans.
Here.
Alderman Allen.
Here.
Alderman Smith, Alderman Murphy. Present. Alderman January. Present.
All right. The two items that are on there for our resolutions, we don't have all the information that we like to have at this time. So we're going to put that on hold until the resolutions are prepared properly. But I do want to, at this time, recognize Alderman Kathy January. Alderman, I do have a plaque that I'd like to present to you at this time. And it says, recognizes Kathy A. January, 7th Ward Alderman, with great honor and recognition for your loyal and dedicated service to the citizens of the city of North Chicago. We wish you all the best. Congratulations, and we thank you so much. Amen. Come down here.
Yes.
Come in. See it, but I don't. Oh, yeah.
No pictures? Okay. My predecessor, who's my husband, Alderman Charles Allen January Jr. is here present. Praise God. My husband has suffered for quite some time with some illnesses, and we're thankful that he is alive today.
Amen.
So, thank you everyone for your prayers and support. We really appreciated it. However, he doesn't want to take pictures, so, okay. It's okay, wait, just wait.
Make sure you get her shoes in my face.
We're such a pair today.
He's happy. The boss. Don't have me falling down now. Lord have mercy.
No shoes.
No.
All right, no, okay.
We January, first of the year, every year.
All right. Oh, gosh.
Got
Thank you.
Okay.
I just wanted to say a few words as I am closing out this chapter in my life journey. My husband, 12 years ago, well, actually a little longer than that, 15 years ago, came to me and said, honey, I want to run for mayor of the city of North Chicago. However, that leaves a seat vacant on the council. And I said, okay, what's the plans? He turned to me and said, I want you to take my seat over. And I said, not sure I want to do that. I don't know that I could follow such a wonderful act. And such a caring and compassionate man for this city, the city where he grew up. Charles and I met 20 years ago, fell in love, got married, and he brought me here to the city of North Chicago. So I have learned to grow and love the city where he has grown up. And I just want to thank all the citizens for your support and ever enduring care. It has been very evident over the years as I've been able to make some history in the city. I was the first Caucasian female to be elected to the city council about 12 years ago. I was also in one of the elections I was thrown off the ballot by, we won't mention. But anyways, I surpassed that and became the first, or actually first in Lake County, second in the state of Illinois to win as a run-in. So that speaks volumes to how my constituents in the 7th Ward felt and spoke about me. And it has been my honor and pleasure to have their backs and be their voice for them for 12 years. This current election, not sure what happened. We never, ever in my ward had over 25 mail-in ballots. So there's something a little off on that, but we will not worry about that. As I have a new journey to move on to, I'm looking forward to it. And again, I really want to thank the constituents of my 7th Ward for all they've done and for all I've been able to do for them and for the citizens of the lovely, beautiful city of North Chicago. I thank you. I just want to leave a last-minute charge to the alderman up here. Alderman, you have a huge duty to do up here. You all know what the city is under. You know what is happening to our citizens' money. You know what's happening on the economic growth side of the city. I want to charge each and every one of them, including the 2 new aldermen that will become your board, to make sure you keep the water plant, as I was told 12 years ago by another alderman, to make sure you do everything possible to keep that water plant up and running. It is our commodity. It is our goal to our city. So please make sure that you do your best and utmost to keep it going. As also, just continue to be as transparent as you all can be. Be careful of the lies that are spewed up here. They have been spewed. We've only been given half truths. So please be mindful of that and careful and watch. I'm speaking because I know, and you all want to sit and know why I say no to certain things, because I know way more than you all know. Many times I voted no and have told you guys about employees in this city, and you all, they basically turn your backs on that. But then what happens? The truth comes out, and you all say, "Oh, Kathy January was correct. You should listen to her more." So please, listen to your heart and your guts, and do what is right for the citizens of the city of North Chicago. Mayor, I wish you the best, but I do know your days are coming. Amen. So thank you so much for everything that you have allowed me to accomplish here in the city. I appreciate that, and I do wish you the best.
Thank you, and to you.
Thank you for everything. You have been a blessing and very helpful to all of us. Keep up the hard work. To our treasurer, thank you again for your transparency as best you can. We know what the situation is. And just always rely on the element to help you. Don't be afraid to speak up. As I know, I've had to protect my own license up here as a registered nurse. And I know you have licenses to protect you, but do your best to speak up and let your voice be heard as what's happening financially in the city. To our city attorney, I wish you the best, and your company, your firm. I just pray though that you will be sure to bring the utmost information and correct information to this city council moving forward. All right? I want to thank everyone again for allowing me to speak. And I wish everyone here in the city of North Chicago, I want everybody to know we are not going to.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you, Alderman. Thank you so much. And just to let everyone know, we do also have a plaque for our 5th Ward Alderman, Alderman Smith, who we will make sure that he receives it. So at this time, it is swearing in of the elected officials. And I have one of my good friends here to swear me in, Chuck Smith, Judge Smith, Judge Smith. Here, this gentleman has served as our city attorney until his appointment as judge. He led our city in regards to issues that were out that we were concerned about. And I will say that his guidance and all that he brought to the city of North Chicago was the utmost of respect and good direction. So thank you, Judge. Appreciate it. Thank you for all that you do.
And I'm here to serve the city as prosecutor and as city attorney and work with you, my good friend. It's been a heck of a ride, and now we have 4 more years.
Yes,
All right.
indeed.
Ready? To
Not yet.
Okay.
Could I have my wife come stand beside me?
All right. I have her over me anyway. All right, raise your right hand, repeat after me. All right, Leon Rockingham Jr.
I, Leon Buckingham Jr.,
Having been elected to the office of mayor of the city of North Chicago.
having been elected to the office of mayor of the city of North Chicago
In and for the county of Lake
in and for the county of Lake
and state of Illinois.
and the state of Illinois,
Do solemnly swear or affirm.
do solemnly swear
I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Illinois
and the state of Illinois
and the laws of the city of North Chicago.
and the laws of the city of North Chicago.
I, Leon Rockingham Jr.,
I, Leon Rockingham Jr.,
will faithfully discharge the duties of mayor
will faithfully discharge the duties of mayor
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I've said this before. Congratulations.
Take that mic out the way, Mike. Chuck, you don't wanna get in there?
Get a picture of that.
Yeah. Put that woman in front, Chuck. Put the woman in the middle.
Let me sign it. I gotta make it official.
All right.
Take it out.
Yes, please, Lori Collins.
Oh, my cousin.
Quite an honor for me to be here to do this for Leon and to do it for you.
All right.
Congratulations. Raise your right hand. I, Lori L. Collins.
I, Lori L. Collins,
Having been duly elected to the office of city clerk
have been duly elected to the office of city clerk
in the city of North Chicago
in the city of North Chicago,
and for the county of Lake
in and for the county of
and
Lake,
state of Illinois.
in the state of Illinois.
I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear and affirm
I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Illinois
and the state of Illinois
and the laws of the city of North Chicago.
and the laws of the city of North Chicago.
I, Lori Collins, will faithfully discharge the duties of city clerk to the best of my ability.
Great.
Good job, Judge.
Yeah, let me go back.
About dressing up.
Thank you.
Oh, Lord.
Next is our treasurer, Vance Wyatt. And swearing, oh, do you want to? Yes, and,
Here she comes. Want me to
Uh,
do it?
no.
You want us both to do it?
yeah,
That's brown.
Exactly.
just to let you know, this is our Lake County Clerk, Anthony Vega.
Raise your right hand. I, Vance D. Wyatt. I, Vance Danny Wyatt. Having been elected to the office of treasurer. Having been elected to the office of treasurer. In the city of North Chicago. In the city of North Chicago. In and for the county of Lake. And in for the county of Lake. And and state of Illinois.
and the state of Illinois.
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and state of Illinois
and the state of Illinois.
and the laws of the city of North Chicago. I, Vance T. Wyatt, will faithfully discharge the duties of treasurer to the best of my ability.
Everybody got it. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Once he gets finished signing, we will go on to our alderman.
Thank you.
First Ward Alderman, Michael R. Jackson.
All right.
Will you please come forward?
Do a dance. Do a dance.
Do a dance. Moonwalk, moonwalk.
I would like to say that I'm a Lake County, Honorable Lake County Clerk. I am the Vega swearing me in along with my wife, my queens. If you please. I do mine the same way I did it the first round, so it's obviously, as we talk about doing right, and the only way I look at being able to do things right is by the Holy Bible.
Amen.
I, Michael Jackson,
I, Michael R. Jackson,
having been elected to the office of First Ward Alderman
having been elected to the office of First Ward Alderman
in the city of North Chicago,
in the city of North Chicago,
in and for that county,
and for the county of Lake
and state of Illinois,
and the state of Illinois,
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and state of Illinois
and the state of Illinois
and the laws of the city of North Chicago.
and the laws of the city of North Chicago.
I, Michael R. Jackson,
I, Michael R. Jackson,
will faithfully discharge
will faithfully discharge
the duties of First Ward Alderman
the duties of First Ward Alderman
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Animal song.
I'm getting good at that. They look good. All right. We're all good. You good? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm about to hit you during this moonwalk. 'cause you got He said.
Next, we'll have Third Ward Alderman Carl Evans. All right.
What to say? I'm not like the rest of them. The only significant other I have is right here in my hand. First, I'm gonna put it on. I got my passport. Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church in Waukegan. And if you guys want to visit us, 409.
I, Carl Evans,
I, Carl Evans,
having been elected to the office of Third Ward Alderman
have been elected to the office of Third Ward Alderman
in the city of North Chicago
in the city of North Chicago
and in and for the county of Lake
and in and for the county of Lake
and state of Illinois.
and state of Illinois.
I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear, affirm,
I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and state of Illinois
and state of Illinois
and the laws of the city of North Chicago.
and the laws in the city of North Chicago.
I, Carl Evans,
I, Carl Evans,
will faithfully discharge the duties
will faithfully discharge the duties
of Third Ward Alderman
of Third Ward Alderman
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Right,
Now, it is my honor to say the Fifth Ward Alderman, Tabitha A. Ward.
I have my pastor, Gerald Wilcoxon, but I'm gonna be a little different, y'all. Y'all know I always got to be different, okay? I want my two boys to stand with me. I want my granddaughter representing her dad, who is deceased, to stand with me.
Come on, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Come on.
Just part of it. She did tell me only 3 words at a time. Right? You can't go into this long sentence. Please, raise your right hand. You got me. I, Tabitha A. Ray,
I, Tabitha A. Ray,
having been elected to the office of Fifth Ward Alderman
having been elected to the office of Fifth Ward Alderman
in the city of North Chicago,
in the city of North Chicago,
in and for the county of Lake
in and for the county of Lake
and state of Illinois.
and state of Illinois.
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
I will support
I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the
and
United
the
States
state of Illinois
and the state of Illinois
and the laws of the city
and the laws of the city
of North Chicago.
of North Chicago.
I, Tabitha A. Ray,
I, Tabitha A. Ray,
will faithfully
will faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the Fifth Ward Alderman
of the Fifth Ward
to
Alderman
the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability. Wait a minute before you take a picture. I just want to thank all my constituents. I want to thank everybody who voted for me. I even want to thank those that didn't vote for me. Together we gonna stand and we gonna move forward in North Chicago.
And now it is the 7th Ward Alderman, Alderman Dante Brooks. Will you please come forward? How's it feel? Right.
I, Dante Brooks,
Having been elected to the office
having been elected to the office
of 7th Ward Alderman
of 7th Ward Alderman
in the city of North Chicago
in the city of North Chicago
in and for the county of Lake
in and for the county of Lake
and state of Illinois,
and state of Illinois,
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
I will support the Constitution
I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of Illinois
and the state of Illinois
and the laws of the city
and the laws of this city
of North Chicago.
of North Chicago.
I, Dante Brooks,
I, Dante Brooks,
will faithfully discharge
will faithfully discharge
the duties of 7th Ward Alderman
the duties of 7th Ward
to
Alderman
the best of my ability.
All righty then. Sure. Yes.
All right.
There we go.
You can't even choose. You can go ahead and put it there.
The shoes need to be in there. Right. It's so. It's so.
Thank you. All right.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lori.
She's gonna be.
Again, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, all right. You know, before we go back into our regular agenda, I do have just a few things I would like to say. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you. Thank you. It is an honor and a privilege to serve the citizens of North Chicago. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to serve this great city for another 4 years as I go into my 6th term. I want to thank everyone that has come out this evening, whether in person or online, as part of this swearing-in ceremony. It truly means a lot to me. I know that my sister was not able to be here, but she said she's going to try to be online. Now, I don't know if she is or not, but I do want to thank her. To my family, to Tamika, Leah, and definitely my wife Yvonne. But, oh, look at here, right on time, right on time. Very good. My daughter Leah, who I can always count on for giving me that phone call when she gets off of work, just to say, just to make sure that her daddy is doing fine. So thank you for all that you do, and I just appreciate it. It just, you know, warms my heart to see when that phone call comes in. And to Tamika and to their family, thank you, thank you, thank you. If it was not for her, I would not be sitting in this seat again this year, for all the hard work that she did to put me in this office, even though she was doing her own job at Youth Build. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much for all that you've done. To my wife, Yvonne, thank you. I know it's not easy when you're running a campaign and it's, you know, you're out there either on the road or out knocking on doors, and just, you know, not time at the house. You know, I thank her for all the times that are good, but I even thank her more when those times are difficult. So thank you for all that you do. Definitely love you. And just to my family, I just love you so much. It is truly something that family is just something that is so important. I want to congratulate the newly elected school board, District 187, Veronica L. Collins, Gerald Coleman, and Thomas Coleman. You know, they have started a newly elected school board. And as I've always said, how the school, park, and city moves forward, so does the city of North Chicago. So, you know, your appointments will be challenging, but also just, you know, move forward to make sure that the students and all of the District 187 continues to go in a positive direction. Also to our Foss Park District, to Donna King and Vance Wyatt for your reelection in the school, in the Park District. Again, for all the hard work that you guys do there, making a beautiful beach that is one that is stellar in not only in Lake County, but also in the state of Illinois. So thank you for all your hard work. And to my city council, to those that have been reelected, Michael Jackson and Alderman Evans, to our newly elected aldermen, to Bytha Ray and Dante Brooks. Welcome aboard. I know that, you know, you'll work hard for your ward, but also hard for the city of North Chicago. And we thank you for your efforts that you will be doing in your 4-year term. Thank you for all that you do. You know, North Chicago, I ran on 3 things, and that was safety, economic development, and improving our infrastructure for the city of North Chicago. And that's something I will continue to work very hard with. As far as safety, ensuring that all of our residents here in our community and our guests that come into North Chicago are safe and protected. Ensuring that they have, our police and fire department have the proper equipment to do what is necessary to make sure that our community continues to be safe. I've always spoke on technology and making sure that they have the proper equipment, whether it's the license plate readers or the cameras, or just the infrastructure that is needed to make sure that the citizens of our community continues to be safe, and that's something we will continue to do. I want to make sure that the Brookstone development continues to have the proper safety that is so vital in our community, and to make sure that the residents there are safe. We have to work very hard to with their management company, but we will ensure that all the residents of Brookstone have the proper necessary safety that is so vital. Economics development, City of North Chicago, Sheridan Crossing. That is something I've been working on for 20 years. And it is now, I think, at a point where you're going to start to see dirt being moved at that site. That site is on Sheridan Road and Martin Luther King. We've been working very hard over these years with the IEPA to get the proper permits to build on that site. And we have now been working with them, and I believe the permits are just about there. And what we will be doing is actually cleaning up that site. We will not be building on toxic land. We will actually go in and clean that site up. So you will start to see the dirt being moved this year to ensure that what we do build there will be something of quality for the citizens of North Chicago, and as I always say, the guests that come into our community. We have Compass Travel Center out on Route 41. You've seen that already starting to be built. They're starting to move dirt out there, and Compass is a quality truck stop that motor fuel tax dollars will be coming into the city of North Chicago, something that is vitally needed within our community. We have Halsey Village that is right now owned by Naval Station Great Lakes, but they are taking it back over from Hunt Communities, and they will start to do demolition on that site. That site, once it's demoed and the remediation is done, the city of North Chicago is working to acquire that land. It will become surplus land, and our push will be to bring that land back under control of the city of North Chicago so that we can get the tax dollars that we need and to be able to develop it the way we see fit in our community. So that's something we will. And as we move forward, we are doing rebranding of our community. You are going to see new logos, but it's not just the logos. It's the website. It's our way we do business with our community to be able to be interactive without them having to come to City Hall to necessarily get the forms that are needed, that they will be online, they'll be able to submit online and to get permits through our city and to be able to move forward in that respect. So as we do rebranding, you're going to see a whole new design come from the city of North Chicago. And as we have made our comprehensive plan, we will continue to stay focused on the comprehensive plan and make sure that as we do bring businesses in, it complies with what we want to see through our comprehensive plan, and not something that doesn't belong in areas that doesn't need to be. Infrastructure. We have infrastructure in our area that we continue to move forward on. Our Lewis Avenue detention pond. It is right across from District 187. You've seen the trees being removed from that area. We are going to make a retention pond. What does that do? All the people, especially in the 5th Ward, that are west of Lewis Avenue, they have continued to flood in that area on a heavy rain. If we can create a detention pond, put the proper pipes in, it will help to alleviate a lot of the flooding that goes on in that ward, and so that homeowners would not have to keep replacing furnaces and hot water heaters because their basement floods. So we must continue to make sure that we do positive in our community. We're working to put a new water tower here in the city of North Chicago to make sure that, again, our infrastructure for our water continues to have the proper capacity and the proper pressure throughout the city of North Chicago. Our water tower would be available, so if something does happen to our plant, that water tower could take over for at least the next 2 days to supply water to our community. And we're working to do a reconstruction of Argonne Drive. We've done Martin Luther King, we've done Audrey Nixon, and we're trying to slowly working to get Argonne Drive, a total reconstruction of that area. So those are just a few things that I see that is going on that I wish to try to get accomplished in my next 4 years as mayor and as this city council, as we continue to move forward as one group moving forward, we can get these things accomplished. So I say, let's get started. Thank you very much. All right. We got going back into our council, omnibus vote agenda. Alderman Allen.
To make a motion to approve the omnibus vote agenda 6-1 through 6-6 as presented. Second.
Been moved by Alderman Allen, seconded by Alderman Evans, that the omnibus vote agenda be passed as presented. Are there any questions? Hearing none,
You don't see it.
roll call.
There you go. First one. Alderman Jackson,
Aye.
Alderman Mayfield, oh, sorry. Alderman Coleman, sorry. Alderman Coleman.
Yeah.
Alderman Evans.
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Aye.
Alderman Ray.
Aye.
Alderman Murphy.
Aye.
Alderman Brooks.
Aye.
Motion carried. Also, I just wanted to say, those that have came out, afterwards, we do have refreshments. Hopefully, this will be a quick, meeting. And we do have refreshments. And then if there's any additional photos you'd like to take, you'd be more than welcome to. So, just wanted to mention that also. And we now have public comments.
Okay, public comments. Okay, first, Drew Irvin.
Just to let you know, we do have public comments for anyone that wishes to speak tonight. And, you are limited to 3 minutes.
Good evening, Mayor Rockingham and North Chicago Alderman. Congratulations to you all who were recently elected. My name is Drew Irvin. I'm the Village Administrator of the Village of Lake Bluff. I'm here tonight representing the President and Board of Trustees of Lake Bluff, who oppose Brims Realty LLC MCO's proposed map amendment to rezone 3601 Skokie Highway from M1 Limited Industrial to M3 Intensive Industrial for 4 specific reasons. Well, number 1, intensive industrial uses should not be in such close proximity to the existing residential uses. The village's sanctuary neighborhood is immediately west of the subject property across from US Route 41. In fact, this residential neighborhood is so close that many of our residents received the hearing notices required by state law to be sent to all properties within 250 feet. Number 2, the proposed map amendment is not consistent with our joint commitment to responsible and compatible land use planning and administration within the area of our common boundaries. The village and the city of North Chicago have worked together in the past to resolve problems concerning annexation, zoning, and land use, most notably through the Lake Bluff North Chicago Corridor Agreement. This agreement noted the desire of both communities to limit and mitigate the potential adverse impacts of certain developments within our corridor. We hope to see the spirit of collaboration continue on this current matter at hand. Number 3, alternatives to granting M3 zoning exist. The petitioner can meet its tenants' needs without placing either the city and village at greater risk. The M3 Intensive Industrial District allows a number of uses that the M1 district does not, including the manufacturing of steel, chemical, and asbestos products by right. Intensive industrial zoning is not appropriate within the 250 feet of an existing residential neighborhood. If the applicant is seeking an auto repair service use as indicated, the city could consider granting a text amendment to allow this use in the existing M1 district instead of rezoning to allow the heaviest industrial zoning possible on a property located within 250 feet from existing residences. We have great respect for the city's discretion in providing zoning for properties within its corporate boundaries. Our suggestion will allow the city to provide the zoning necessary for the proposed use and address the residential concerns within the prospect of intensive industrial uses. And number four, finally, M3 zoning at this location is not consistent with the city's comprehensive plan. Zoning decisions that are reviewed by courts in the state of Illinois use the LaSalle factors, which include the length of time that the subject property in question has been vacant as presently zoned, also the consistency of the proposed amendment with the comprehensive plan, and the extent to which the proposed amendment promotes the public health, safety, and welfare of the community. In regards to vacancy, the subject property is 540,000 square feet. Helio Precision occupied 155,000.
Thank you very much. Time's up.
Thank you for your thoughtful consideration. I know you all have copies of this letter, so
Thank you.
it's your time. Thank you so much.
Charles, January.
Makeup, yeah. Good evening, City Council. Just want to say again, thank you guys for treating my wife nice while she was here for 12 years. She had to take over for me because I was sick, and I'm getting better now. I do want to say I'm concerned still about North Chicago. I have some differences about our mayor. I don't dislike him, but he's a politician, so when it's politics, I'm gonna beat you up. If you're not a politician, I got nothing to say to you. So there's other citizens, when you see me beat Leon Rockingham, it's not personal. I love Leon Rockingham. He's a good dad. I know his daughters, and I haven't met his wife yet, but he's a good man.
Public service.
But I'm going to beat him up. So, getting to that, we need a lot of things done in North Chicago, and Mayor, I'm going to do my best to try to help you just a little bit more this coming term, because I know your intent is good. But when we got city council, I was one of those aldermen that, and with Bobby Allen, we approved, I think 7 or 8 gaming centers. We got more than 20 now, and it's just too much. I'm proud that you all stopped a moratorium on gaming. I think that needs to continue because we got this big casino fixing to come here and break a lot more people. Doesn't bring in money for your community, especially when you have a community that's trying to earn money and they're taking it away. Secondly, I'm gonna say to that is what we need in North Chicago is more citizens and aldermen getting together. Aldermen, talk to the people. Don't just vote on things that the citizens don't know about. Omnibus Joe agenda is important. All those things should be discussed. If you put it up and have somebody read it, and then you want to vote on it, that's beautiful. And I got one guy on the city council that I like what he says, and that's Carl Evans, because Carl Evans is out there. I fight with Carl Evans, but Carl Evans is out there. And I love to see him do that. And I didn't have anybody to help me this last week to go to the dentist. I called Bobby Allen, and he was there, Johnny on the spot. That's my brother. But I want to tell city council, please, we let Rosalind Franklin take this property over. That's a shame. I don't care if we don't know about it. That's a shame. And keep Mr. Brooks where he's at. He won that seat. He should have the seat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Barbara Ankinman.
I'm not burning right now.
Whoa, no.
I
Pam,
didn't know I was supposed to sign.
we'll let you talk
I'll
though.
put your name on
We'll
here.
put you down. All right. We'll let you go.
Hi, I'm Barbara Ankenman. I'm a village resident of the Sanctuary, which is the property that is closest to the zoning issue that a number of people have talked about already. I'm here to put a real face. This is my face. I'm a real person. I'm concerned about the 177 homes that are part of the Sanctuary. I've lived there since 1995. I sent a letter and hopefully you've each received it It has a little picture here. It looks kind of cheesy and fake, but this is actually my son at a birthday party on one of those houses that's within the 250 feet. So this is my cute little son. People just want the quiet and peaceful enjoyment of the biggest investment that they have, which is their home. And so that's what I'm concerned about. I'm also concerned that there are a lot of people who didn't know they had to sign in. So I do hope that you will allow all of these good people who would like to say something, the opportunity to do so. I also think that as a municipal body, you would want to have as many tools in your toolbox as possible. And one of the tools that you would probably like to have is more control and more leverage. And so by opening the door to this M3 zoning, you cede that control to anyone who has the ability to say, as of right, I want to do X. And I would think that you would want to have more tools and control, leverage and power. And so I would advocate that you don't open that door wide, because when you open that door wide, it opens wide into my backyard. And so I'm a real person with real impact. I also want to say that I'm a person who treats your community as my community. I volunteered for 10 years in Forestall, not in my kids' schools, but in Forestall in North Chicago, because your community is my community. I've invested heavily of my time and my treasure. I've invested in Renew Communities. I'm a person that has treated you like my neighbor in my community because you are. And so that mutual respect is what I'm asking of you. I'm humbly asking that of you as well. Thank you for letting me speak. You're going to hear a lot of people say the same thing over and over again, but we're all deeply concerned, again, about the quiet, peaceful, and safe enjoyment. And the mayor spoke a lot about safety. You are wanting people to feel that comfort and that lack of fear. And right now there's a lot of fear. I'm personally very afraid for what is going to happen, what's going to go in as of right. I can't say anything about it. And once M3 is passed, nobody can, because that's the law. And so I ask that you really consider, do you want to open that door that wide? Do you want to give away all your tools? Do you want to give away all your leverage? I humbly ask you not to do that. Thank you so much.
Matthew Moody.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Again, congratulations on the swearing in for everybody. Thank you very much for your public service. I know it's a lot of work, thankless job quite often. I'm here on behalf of the Sanctuary Area Homeowners Association. So the entity itself, the Homeowners Association through its board of directors. I'm not going to repeat what the gentleman from Lake Bluff went through in terms of the elements. I think he laid it out perfectly. The one thing I do want to stress is that the sanctuary has a very close relationship with North Chicago. There are 177 homes. The community spends almost $200,000 to the city of North Chicago for the water services. So there's a close relationship, and there's an interest on both sides, I think, to make this to reach an accommodation. And I think also there's a reasonable compromise here, and I think it was just mentioned as opposed to the map amendment, the full map amendment, something in the form of what we call a text amendment, a special use variance, something along those lines. I think is much more reasonable in terms of the location, the proximity to sanctuary. And I also noticed on the comprehensive map, if you look at the other M3 districts, they're all surrounded by either M1, M2, or commercially zoned buffer areas. This would be one of the only, if not the only, M3 heavy industrial area that's located directly adjacent to a residential area. So I think that in and of itself calls for something a little less, not a little, but something less than the full map amendment. And so on behalf of the board of directors of the Sanctuary Area Homeowners Association, we'd ask that it be rejected or at least investigated into further. So, thank you very much.
Malika Madison. Adam Kingsley and Jim Suckelman.
Hi, I'm Adam Kingsley. I'm an attorney. My client is Jim Seckelman and the Mold Center. I want to speak to the sign variations regarding North Chicago, the Compass Project. I had actually asked that this be taken off the omnibus agenda. And I just wanted to ask the city attorney, was that vetted and discussed and that request?
No.
Okay, I did send an email earlier to Ms. Mack today to ask that it be taken off the agenda and that we be allowed to have a full discussion on it.
6-5. 6-5.
I understand that it's on the omnibus agenda and
And it was passed, actually, yes.
Well, okay.
May I say something? With your permission, Mr. Mayor, I have a artist rendition of the signage that Compass is in trying to get a variance on, and this is very critical. It's a small argument over the sign, if I'd be allowed to. Yes, more than happy, yes.
Essentially, the Mold Center is a long-term business in the city, as you know. Its sign is still up basically on the Compass site. When the Compass's predecessor told the Mold Center that it was taking over wanted to sell the site, the Mold Center relocated and is now half mile down the road on Bittersweet. But there was also conversations about the Mold Center having a sign on that corner, on the corner of 41 and Bittersweet. Back in 2021, we had those conversations with the planning department at that point in time. And we had come to an agreement, or we thought we came to an agreement with the then developer, Bluestone, that the Mold Center sign would appear on their signage, and that's the sign on the left. At that point in time, they were Ricky Rockets, or Rocket Rickies, so that was the guy sitting on the rocket was sort of their logo. And they had agreed to our sign, and we thought that was also part of the special use permit that was passed at that point in time that allowed Compass to go forward. Allowed Bluestone to go forward. Bluestone, who got the approvals, then sold the property to Compass. Compass is the current owner. And so we had conversations with Compass about where our sign should go. And if you take a look at the option in the middle, that shows Compass's sign, that's the way that they wanted to look. And we said, okay, can you put us on the bottom of your sign, just like we were on the bottom of Ricky Rocket's sign? And they rejected that and said, well, we don't want your signage mixed up with our signage. Can you put us, and so we suggested.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Actually, your 3 minutes is up.
okay.
But let me just say, as I look at these signs, I see option 2. You're amenable to option 2.
Yeah.
I will just say that from the city of North Chicago, I will start getting staff to start working towards reaching out to Compass to see if that's something that we could try to get put into that place.
Okay.
All right? Would I be allowed to have a moment to talk here? It's three and three. I'll make it quick. I'll make it real quick. I just want to tell the group here that the sign that they've offered us is 3 feet and the cars are next to it. And I had a sign expert come in there. You can't see it. And we depend on this for our livelihood. Customers come down, and if they can't see the sign, a little 3 foot on it from above the ground, their sign goes up 50 feet. By the board giving these people a variance, they've asked for an additional 10 feet from what was previously permitted and much wider. All we're asking we're asking for 8 feet high to start our sign so we're visible. That's it. That's what this drawing is. I will put staff to move forward, work through that. Thank you very much. All right.
Mr. Chairman, I've got a parliament question.
Alderman Coleman.
Can I do a motion to reconsider my vote? It's in the same meeting. And the issue that I have is the attorney I don't like the fact that that gentleman came up here and asked me, did our attorney give us this information before I voted? I voted with not enough information. And I don't know why I was not received enough information. So based on me not having enough information from our city attorney, I would like to motion to reconsider so we can hear them out. Now, once we pass this, it's going to be another meeting, correct? In which I can't do a motion to reconsider. I have to do a motion to reconsider in the same meeting, correct?
The same or the next voting meeting. But if you are on the prevailing side, and you can make that motion.
It's the next meeting?
You could make it either now or at the next meeting.
Can you give me that parliament procedure number? Yeah, I know.
I'll send you an email.
As we work through that, let's.
Can I get a second? I'm asking motion to
Did you
reconsider.
make the motion?
I would like to make a motion to reconsider.
Could we make that motion after we have all the citizens' comments?
Absolutely in order, sir.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Rob Swinehart.
I know this is gonna shock all of you. I'm another Lake Bluff resident, except I don't represent any type of group. I did go to grad school for 4 years with MCO's founder's son. So I have weird insight into MCO. And one private conversation that I had in 2011, in light of Illinois changing how they do tax, Mark Poland, son of Edward Poland, said in no certain terms, my dad and MCO is done with the city of North Chicago and Illinois. Now you guys give them TIF financing, which shows up as a liability for you. City of Pleasant Prairie bought the land for them. Now the irony here is this is the 10th largest chemical company around, despite the fact it's being privately held. They have had 7 major violations, 2 of which are EPA violations. 1 Illinois EPA violation, another railway violation, and the remainder are OSHA violations. Now in 2013, MCO publicly stated that they're leaving the city of North Chicago, but yet you cats, not the new people, but you put it in your budget as this is one of the major businesses of the city of North Chicago. They left you for dead. It's true. And I understand you said you ran on safety and you said you ran on economic development. Blindly giving M3 is not in line with the things you ran on. They have paid $646,000 in fines for the EPA and various violations since 2003 alone. So when you guys talk about what you're for, I care about your community because your community is adjacent to mine. And I hope you care about my community because kids go play, soccer. They go play softball. You have kids in your community. So don't just blindly allow this. And just for normal people that don't understand why a business doesn't go and sell this vacant land like the rest of us would do if we had an empty house, it's because it's a liability. By the way, my dad was the CEO of a international.
Please recognize up front, not
Okay.
the audience. Thank you.
So it's a liability to MCO. That's why they don't sell this land. But you keep giving money to people that left you for dead. Please do not approve this. Thank you very much.
Pamela Fisher.
Yay, Pam.
I am Pamela. I've been a resident in North Chicago for 67 years, and I'm still here. I didn't move to Person Prairie, Kenosha, or anywhere else. I'm still here, and I'm fighting with the mayor. When I got a problem, the fire department is good. When I go to the police, they know me by name. And I got Carl Evans over there. I got my new alderman on the 5th floor. cause I'm taking care of my mom. But there's some things that I don't like, which I said, I'm city watch right now. I'm in the window. When I come to the police station, I'm not gonna stay on the phone for 911. I'm gonna drive around the corner and come over here and talk to your police. I'm not gonna borrow Carl or nobody else. Cause I have been here. I'm a citizen. I gotta answer all them stupid questions. And I'm through.
Thank you.
Commissioner Carmisia Hawthorne.
Yay.
That's why I put her last.
Yeah, bring us some joy.
That's why I put her last. All righty then.
Come on, bring it on.
Good evening. Congratulations, Mayor Leon Rockingham. Congratulations, my Alderman Carl Evans. Congratulations, Michael Jackson. Alderman Michael Jackson. Congratulations, Mr. Alderman Dante Brooks. Congratulations. Let me get the name right. Tobiatha, not Tabitha. Tobiatha. I got it right. So with that, thank you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Congratulations, my buddy. The treasurer, president of our board, Vance, you right. Congratulations to everybody. It's a good day in North Chicago. Woo! Well, let's get to the cheer and joy. So tonight, guys, we got some favorites coming from the North Chicago Library, which I am actually on the board. So we want to go ahead and extend these invitations and invites to everyone, as well as our constituents. Happy Mother's Day. Your love is never ending. Please join the Children's Department for making crafts and honoring your mother, grandmother, and favorite auntie Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. Please call the library for any more information. Also coming from our library, join the Children's Department for the annual plant and vegetable and herb gardening with Brushwood Center. That's actually being held Saturday, May 17th. Please call the library for more information to get registered. Lastly, from the library, we need the Bible here tonight, Jesus.
Amen.
Family bingo, guys. Yay. Saturday, May 17th from 10 to 11 a.m. at the North Chicago Library. Guys, please look us up. We're over there doing great things. Not to mention, I want to add in for those of you that do not have passport. We also service for passport, guys. That's been the best kept secret. So keep that in mind. Now on to one of my good ones, Falls Park Commissioner, yay. So guess what we got going on in Falls Park District, guys? The Eagle Martial Arts System for men, women, children classes. So that come on out and learn some martial arts, guy. It's no time like the present to learn how to do that karate kick, okay? Call the district, of course, for more information. Also, we got coming up Sip and Paint, which is held for Fridays. Call to register, guys, to get your place for Sip and Paint, guys. And that's currently going on now at Falls Park District. Lastly, but not least, Chicago style stepping classes, because you know North Chicago has some dancers, guys. So we got classes being held. Get your groove on at Falls Park. These classes are actually going on now. Please call and register so you can get your groove on. And that concludes our announcement with Commissioner Carmisia Hawthorne. Y'all have a great night.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you for all that. Anyone else?
That's it.
That is it. Oh, and your time's up. Okay, Alderman Coleman, you had
I would like to speak to my council. Under Robert Rules of Order, Article 4, I didn't wait on the attorney. That's not my job. My job is to research and trust but verify, right? So I verified it, and under 36, Article 4 of Robert Rules of Order, it says the motion to reconsider. This motion is particular in the making of the motion that has a higher than consideration, blah, 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 blah. It can be done as a result of the vote is proposed to reconsider. It can only be made on the day of the vote. I'm reading it right here, Article 6. It can be made only on the day of the vote to be reconsidered was taken, or the next succeeded day,
Right.
right?
That's correct.
Not a legal holiday or a recess. So not at the next meeting, I would have to do a purpose to reconsider the next day. You said the next meeting. It's the next day if it's not a holiday. Well, this is just what this says.
When would you make a motion when you're not in a meeting here?
Let's say that again.
When would you make a motion when you're not in a meeting here?
Because what this is saying is,
Alderman,
go ahead.
you make motions at a meeting.
Okay, well, this is
So
clearly
it's
saying
either the
same day.
same meeting,
Right, that's what
which
it
you
says.
can do right now,
Okay,
or at the next regular meeting of city council, which is the 19th.
To make your motion, to reconsider. Either
Okay.
tonight or at the next meeting on the 19th, you have that opportunity to reconsider your vote.
it clearly says it can be made only on the day. This is to my council now, only to the day of the vote. You guys don't trust me, verify, okay? And you don't make a motion if we're not at the council, right? So what ends up happening, council, is that if we don't get all of the information, at the next meeting, it'll be, oh, no, we're gonna change it. The rule is the next succeeded day. It's black and white, right? You can only do a motion to reconsider on the same day. Look it up for yourself.
Thank you.
The reason why I bring this up is not to jump on him, but this is the basis of my reconsideration, okay? Is as aldermen, we need this information. I'm not saying that I would not have agreed with the attorney and not giving him the signage, right? I'm not saying which way my vote's gonna go. But what I am saying is it's embarrassing to me not to be in the know. So when I have a constituent come up to this podium and ask me, did our attorney request for this to be taken off omnibus vote agenda? And I didn't get a phone call from our attorney. I didn't get an email, correct me, right? I didn't get, did you send an email to me? I don't know about it.
Alderman, all I'll say is there's been a lot of discussions about Compass over the last several
We're not,
months.
what, I'm not
It
talking
went to a
about.
public hearing. People were invited to present at the public hearing to present their objections. You heard tonight. I know staff has talked extensively with Compass about the sign issue. It has been out there. We've been aware of it. If you were not made aware of it, I'm sorry. I did not view it as something that was going to trip up a vote tonight because
You
Well,
don't
let me
run our
finish, Alderman.
city. The aldermen run our city.
I'm not
And this has been a problem, alderman. We run the city,
Alderman.
not the attorney. Okay? We have to be informed from our attorney to
Alderman.
make the right decision. Okay?
Alderman.
And if we're not being informed and all this rigmarole of all these public meetings, that's not what I asked you. What I asked you was, this gentleman said he called you today or yesterday and asked the alderman what? To remove it from the omnibus. He did that like yesterday, right?
No,
And now I voted on it today without having that information. So it's up to you guys. The way a motion to reconsider is, we can still vote, you can still vote the same way. I just put a motion to reconsider my vote. You guys can give me an opportunity to reconsider my vote, and you can still vote the same way that you wanted to vote and pass the signage if you would like to pass the signage. The disadvantage of that is we take our leverage away from Compass, right? Because they already got the sign. So if we don't pass it, right, then we as a city, we have a little bit more leverage in saying, well, you have to work it out with these gentlemen on how the sign is going to go in order for you to get your sign. Because when Compass was up here, I voted, me personally, I voted because I thought they were all talking and they had worked the sign issue out at the last meeting. And I come to find out that the sign issue isn't worked out. And they're offering them a little piece of a sign. And that's not why I voted the last time. I thought that they were gonna work it out as businesses and everything was smooth. And so I voted on it. Now I'm being told that everything isn't smooth and the attorney is trying to get the alderman some information and we're not getting the information and I'm voting on it.
Alderman, can
I-
we
and
move forward?
I'm
though?
talking to my council.
No,
and the new
Alderman, but I
council.
am still the chair of this council.
I don't agree with you,
So
but I'll do things decent in order.
Thank you. Then go ahead and please, if you're gonna make a motion, let's make the motion. Don't continue to, express the issue. So if you're moving forward with it, let's move forward with it. That's all I'm saying.
Right, I was just explaining to the council the
I
procedure.
think we understand that. Thank you.
The attorney didn't understand it.
Let's move forward with the direction you wish to.
I would like to make a motion to reconsider my vote for the signage. Based on the grounds that I didn't have enough information for the vote. Can I get a second?
Second.
It's been moved by Alderman Coleman, second by Alderman Jackson, that a reconsider motion be made in regards to 6-5.
Since since it was approved as a whole, does it have to be, can it be just singled out that way? Or do we have to amend the motion altogether?
No, you can focus it on the white item, yes. I think it should be specifically identified by its number under omnibus, however.
I did, 6-5.
What?
Yeah.
Another question, if after the motion, a parliament question, after the motion to reconsider, can I make a motion to put it on to the regular agenda to be discussed?
Yes.
Because I don't want to, I'm not trying to slow anything down.
Well, once if your motion passes.
Yes.
Then it's back to unvoted on item.
Unvoted on item, okay, and it goes back to the agenda where we can discuss it.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay, there is a motion and a second to bring 6-5 out of amended the motion to bring 6-5 back out of omnibus vote. Are there any
Well, it's really the motion,
reconsider.
it's the motion to reconsider.
reconsider? Okay. Any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Coleman,
Aye.
Alderman Evans, Alderman Allen. Alderman, sorry,
Ray.
Alderman Ray. Alderman Ray. Alderman Murphy. Aye. Alderman Brooks.
Aye.
No, Jackson wasn't called.
You call Jackson?
Alderman Jackson.
Aye. Motion carried.
Okay, so it's will now
Okay.
be on regular agenda.
It's back on the regular agenda.
Yes.
Okay. And there's no more public comments. Okay, at this time, under regular agenda, 6-5, consideration and approval, approving an ordinance of signed variation for North Chicago 2023 LLC at 3100 Skokie Highway.
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman Coleman.
I would like a motion to table this to the next agenda. To give the opportunity for,
We
Things
understand
work
you,
out.
you asked for the motion and is there a second? Hearing no
I'll second.
second. Been moved by Alderman Coleman, second by Alderman Brooks to table this till the following agenda. To the following meeting on the 19th. Are there any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Evans. Alderman Allen. Alderman Ray. Alderman Murphy. Aye. Alderman Brooks.
Aye.
Alderman Jackson.
No.
Alderman Coleman.
aye.
Motion carried. 8-1, so it is now moved back to for another 2 weeks. I hope you're able to negotiate.
Thank you for
You'll work
for
it
your
out.
wisdom today.
Okay. And I will say again, I hope you take that back, at least option 2 to them.
It'll sure help with your support. Thank you.
Yes, sir. 8-1, consideration and approval of renewal extension of InterDove Management IT Services Agreement not to exceed FY 26 budget of $356,592. First year of renewal agreement, FY 27 budget of $374,422. Second year of renewal agreement, FY 28 budget of $393,143 for the third year of the renewal agreement. Could either have a motion or a Alderman Allen.
Second.
It's been moved by Alderman Allen, second by Alderman Murphy, that 8-1 be passed as presented. Are there questions?
Question.
Alderman Evans.
Well, they are contracted to us, correct?
Yes,
That's correct.
They are
they're
contracted.
under our, yes.
Okay. So why are we doing them for 3 years? Why not? I mean, what's the purpose of doing them for 3 years? Because when we're doing these contracts, all of a sudden, we want to review them. So I just want to know, why is we doing this one for 3 years versus everybody else? If we're gonna do the contracts, we might as well do them all the same way.
I would respectfully disagree, Alderman, that not all contracts are a single year contract, though,
Right.
though a number of them
We just
are.
had a conversation.
Yep.
About a contract, so that's why I'm concerned.
Yeah, the InterDev was brought on board after some, put gently, snafus with the IT systems by the previous company. They were brought in prior to my arrival. They've done a fairly good job of network administration and managing our day-to-day IT services. Part of this project that they were given 3 years ago was to totally refresh the entire system that we have in IT. So that includes firewalls, that includes servers, that includes going into the cloud. A pretty extensive job. It's going to take at least 3 years to finish this cycle on this project. After that, it would be to hand off a baton halfway through for IT when the project's not complete. I think that would put us in a vulnerable situation. I think we wouldn't see things completed as timely as we would like and in the best interest of the security of our data and our information in the city. That being said, come into 2 years of the contract, I certainly believe that we should be looking at competitive bid for IT services, but staff's recommendation is to finish up the refresh of the entire IT system and have that complete through InterDev, who started it, rather than hand off the baton halfway through.
And I think also, Alderman, I think the first contract we had was a 3-year contract. If I'm
It
not-
was.
So, I mean, it's been running as a 3-year contract.
Right, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, we're doing a 3-year contract where we just had with the other person that was here, we were talking about a contract, he had to go through so many different things to meet the requirements. Why is we making it different for them? When we had the other IT prior to them coming on, I understand they was on for 3 years. But I do know that there's some issues going on also with the IT. So my question is, why do we have to make it 3 years? If we're gonna do 3 years for them, let's do 3 years for everybody else that's in the contract.
I think it's based on individual need, Alderman. This, first of all, why to go 3 years? Again, I go back to finishing the project and not handing off the baton with something that's as important and detailed as our information technology infrastructure through fire, police, city hall, finance. I just think we put ourselves in a vulnerable position. If the council wants to look at contracts based on multiple years, all you have to do is ask staff to do that. We'll certainly do it. The contract that I think we're talking about, and unless I'm wrong, Alderman.
No, you're not wrong.
Okay, the contract we're talking about is an individual person providing management services versus a net, it's not apples and orange, other than
The council, we presented the council with, through the AMM Enterprises contract, a set of performance measures that I want to hold the consultant to. We are certainly have performance measures for the IT end of things, and we monitor those. I meet at least once a month with the virtual CIO of that company to turn around and find out where we are with our IT needs to make sure we're on track. Any problems we've had with IT, at least from my experience, we had one staff problem when I came on early on. That staff problem has been taken care of. And the problems I see are due to infrastructure and faulty equipment that we haven't refreshed yet. And that's where I see the problems, less on the individual and more on the infrastructure and the legacy system that we have.
Does IT do our cell phones?
Yes, now they do.
They do our cell phones. Okay. Well, okay, thank you.
I just think that it is necessary to stay with a 3-year agreement, at least at this point. As our chief of staff said, I think that after 2 years, then we need to, that's like our audit, we agree for a 2-3 year audit. And then after that, we'll go to possibly look to see if there's other agencies that we can go out and bring in. But for this reason, I think that we need to continue with having a 3-year contract, at least at this point. And I will direct staff after 2 years to start to go out and, if necessary, look to see if we have competitive bidding to go in another direction.
And if there's telecommunications issues that you may have, Alderman, I'm happy to address that. Respond to any concerns you might have.
Okay, we'll discuss it.
Are there any other questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Allen.
Aye.
Alderman Ray. Alderman Murphy. Aye. Alderman Brooks.
Aye.
Alderman Jackson.
Aye.
Alderman Coleman. Alderman Evans.
No.
Motion carried. 8-2, consideration approval of AMM Enterprises Incorporated service not to exceed $1,020,000 for 12 months and a 6-month review and option to extend 6 months.
Mayor again.
Alderman Evans.
I would like to approve of AMM Enterprises, Inc. services not to exceed $120,000 for the 12 months with a 6-month review and option to extend 6 months. As is.
Is there a second?
Second.
Been moved by Alderman Evans, second by Alderman Murphy, that 8-2 be passed as presented. Are there questions?
Yes, sir.
Alderman Murphy.
Yeah, so my question is, I see that, attached now to this, there's, an outline of the duties prioritized in 2-month increments. Couple questions. One, there's more than 6 months of reviewable or assessable benchmarks that we're looking to hit. So I'd kind of like a little more clarity on that if I could get it. And then the second part of my question is, because it's longer than the 6-month period that we're looking to do an assessment. But my other question is, however that is clarified, who and how will this assessment take place? So as we go through these 2-month periods, which I think this is something that we asked about at the last council meeting or discussed at the last council meeting, how are we going to, who and how is going to make that assessment, and how are the aldermen going to know that we're hitting these benchmarks?
Right. Yeah, the benchmarks are important. The comments I received in talking to the aldermen, as a side, the comments I received in talking to the aldermen, speaking to each one of them were, there was no issue about the performance of the contractor. But it was instead, how long are we gonna have that contractor on board before we let the birds come out of the nest, so to speak?
Yeah.
Excuse that, but I think every one of the members of the city council we had this conversation with shared the same opinion.
Right.
So, and I certainly
share that opinion as well. Benchmarks are, some of them are attainable beyond 6 months without having Bob there.
Okay, so their overall goals.
Want to have, because the goals don't stop once the contract stops. If in 6 months, the council says, you know what, you've already achieved this, we think it's time, then we still have the goals lined up. We don't want to miss a step on this. We want to keep the goals going, and we're doing it within a fiscal year, which allows us for evaluation purposes on performance period. To answer your question, Alderman, on who is going to do the evaluation and of what, I will be evaluating the water treatment plant superintendent's performance. That will be the sole benchmark of how the consultant is working. Because if the water treatment plant superintendent is not achieving their goals, then there has to be a misstep on the part of the consultant. Unless it's a skill set or certification that takes time, because some of that does take time. But we've put some quantifiable goals there that are reasonable for this plant superintendent to achieve based on mentoring, coaching, and close mentorship. So I will be doing the 2-month evaluation, but I will be doing it again on the performance of the water treatment plant superintendent, which will reflect what they're getting from the consultant. Should I see a gap, it's also my opportunity to get with the consultant and say, we need to fill this gap. How are we going to fill this gap?
Right.
So.
Okay, so thank you very much. That helps. a
Alderman
lot.
Allen. So you gonna be coming to reporting to the city council on this? Are you just gonna talk to us individual? How you gonna do this?
No, I think the council in open session asked for 6 months of benchmark. I think the council and the public deserve a report every 2 months on our progress.
Right.
I think it needs to be brought up to the body as a whole.
Right.
I certainly will have conversation with the Public Works Chair because it's imperative that he stay in the loop on our progress. But the request was made. It was made in the public forum. It wasn't an operational issue, just one-on-one between myself and, let's say, Alderman Evans. So I think it bears being reported back to the entire body and the public on a every 2-month basis.
Okay. And if he reach those goals before the 6 months, then we can get rid of that contract.
Reach that goal before the 6 months, it's the.
Well, yeah, I'm just asking. If he say he's ready to go.
Reach the goal before the 6 months, the body has the right to decide whatever it wants to decide.
Okay, thank you.
Couple questions.
Alderman
Mr. Chairman.
Tobin.
First thing is, how long has Bob been here? How long has the contractor been?
I've been here a little over a year and a half. Bob's been here before me. I'm gonna say 2.5 years, 2.5.
Okay, and.
I'd have to go back and look at the contract.
Let's
to
say 2
verify.
years. Let's just say 2 years. So a total of 3 years is what we're looking at. Yeah, you like to sell us on 6 more months, but actually it's a total of 3 years at $120,000. That's like $500,000, right? And I believe, okay, that our benchmark is already there. We have Tommy and we have the Rob, right? And I think Bob has done a great job with them, and I think they're ready to go. And I think that he has already reached those benchmarks of turning out 2 great supervisors. And I'm ready to take the training wheels off and work with them, right? And get their hands ready at the expense of saving the city $120,000, right? Now, here's the flip side of this, right? What city do you go to that you get training for 3 years and the city hires somebody at $120,000 to train you for 3 years to get the job done? Now, that doesn't happen, only in the city of North Chicago. But I will say this, okay? The money was well spent. They're ready to go. And that is why I'll be voting against a 12-month extension. 6 months, I would think about it. 12 months, and I told him this. I let the chief say 6 months, I'm okay with that. That gives them an opportunity to transition, right? And it's not like, hey, goodbye, you did a great job for the city. Goodbye, Bob. It gives them an opportunity to transition for the city 6 months. And if for some reason in 6 months, they can't be ready, our supervisors, in 2.5 years, we probably need to get some new supervisors. Instead of continuing to pay a contractor $120,000 a year of our taxpayers' dollars. I do not agree with that. 6 months is all he needs for a transition, and those two gentlemen are ready.
I'd like to interject something if I may, Mayor, and
Oh,
Alderman.
one more question. And he also said he was staying here for water, right? For our water superintendent, right? What experience does he have in water?
He's been working with the engineer, and if you ask anybody who's in the industry, they're gonna
What?
turn around and tell you Bob Miller knows water well, but let me,
I thought he did. No. I'm asking him specifically. Let's not run that. He does public works. How much experience does he have a water license? Is he a water operator? Has he ever operated a water department? What qualifies Bob to stay an extra 6 months to train our water supervisor? Now, I understand staying an extra 6 months to train our public works guy, because that's what Bob does, public works. But we're gonna give him $120,000, train the guy that he has no experience at all in water, no certifications, no licenses, no anything. We have more people qualified at the water department than we do Bob.
Well, Alderman, let me just say in
Well,
regards to that.
there's people that have licenses, is what I'm saying, not more qualified,
Alderman,
but they have licenses.
Alderman, can I speak?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I
Even though it's my
apologize.
meeting, thank you.
I apologize.
You know, it's not that he has to have water license experience. It's management skills that we want to make sure that Rob has down at the water plant. I think he has worked with Tommy over the years, and I think you're right. Tommy is ready to come out the nest and move forward. But now he is working with Rob, with the employees that are down there, making sure that they are doing the skills and things that are necessary to run the plant. It's not that he has to have license to do it, but we want to make sure Rob has the skills to make sure that he is working with his employees, because that is who it is. It's his employees, and make sure that they are meeting all the skill sets necessary. That's the reason we're asking for the contract to be moved forward on.
and I'll offer this, Mayor and Alderman Coleman. First of all, the city council approved a contract for Bob Miller, AMM Enterprises, before I got here. I echo the sentiment of every alderman that I talked to, that Bob's done an exceptional job, and there has not been a single argument to that point.
No.
I had turned around, sat down with Clarence Tommy Johnson several months back and said, you're ready to do this on your own. We talked about where he thought his shortcomings were, how we would develop those, and he's been doing fine. Bob's done a great job in working with Tommy. I will tell you that both of those managers pointed out to me that their predecessor in that department was not one on mentorship or development. And when you don't prepare the next generation for succession planning and to be able to move up, they lack a skill set to turn around and take the reins right away. There's more to managing than just telling people what to do. It's mentoring, it's developing, it's to acquire an appreciation, it's to exercise empathy. There's so many variables in there, so many requirements of a manager. We put Rob Freeman in the water treatment plant position because nobody there was qualified to lead. Rob Freeman is qualified to lead. This council told me that when I turned around and made the decision to move him to the water treatment plant. This is an employee who started out as a street worker, went to a crew chief, became a foreman, worked tirelessly to serve the citizens of North Chicago, and has done an exemplary job. Nobody can deny that. That's what merited him the promotion to the water treatment plant as a superintendent. And rather having one director over public works over both public works and water, the importance of the most valuable asset that the citizens of North Chicago have, our water plant, deserves individual attention. It deserves leadership. It deserves somebody that can turn around and sort through things that have been improperly done or not done up to a level that should be done, and move that portion of our local government forward. Rob Freeman's the right person for that. But you don't tell a carpenter to build a house and don't give him a saw or a hammer and only give him a screwdriver. I want Bob to be prepared Rob to be prepared. So that way, when we sleep at night, we don't have to worry about a water plant that's not functioning to the caliber that's expected by this city council and the citizens of North Chicago. Alderman, that's why these 6 months benchmarks that you asked for are so important.
I said 6-month contract.
I'm saying 6 months on the benchmarks for
And
review.
we've got to understand also, Rob just moved into that position. He has not been there.
Correct.
Yeah, he just.
So,
So,
Mr. Chairman?
so those benchmarks are gonna be reporting those benchmarks back to the council so they can make an assessment of where we're at is important. Ultimately, I'm gonna lay the facts and the data, and you can't lie with data. I'll put the data before the council, and the council will make the decision what's the right thing to do. But I'd be remiss if I didn't turn around and say that we need to still turn around and work with Rob. He is going for certifications right now. The man works, if he could work 20 hours, 24 hours a day, he would. This is the right person at the right place at the right time. And if we give him the tools to put in the toolbox, the city will be better for it.
Mr. Chairman. It takes, Mr. Chairman.
But before you, Alderman Evans.
Mayor, I gotta say this. Now, we're talking about Bob and his 1-year contract of 120,000. Right prior to that, as you all are here sitting here, we just did a contract for 3 years. Those numbers started at 356,000, going up to 374,000, 393,000. Didn't nobody ask a question about that contract with that IT. Now, you're gonna sit here and analyze this man that's been working here for the past 3 years, doing a great job in our city. This man been doing, like we HR, we don't sit up here and decide who's gonna get hired and stuff like that. If that was the case, you should have looked at 8-1 and said, why is we giving these people $350,000 per year? You're not even questioning that, but you're gonna sit up here and question $120,000 and put him under supervision every 2 months. Well, put them under 2 months. Make them answer to you guys every 2 to 3 months. But you ain't saying that though. 350,000 per year or more, but it ain't no questions. But this is 120,000. Now we got 10 different questions, 10 different ways, wondering why we need them. Come on, the chief of staff is telling you why you need them. He specifically said what is going on down there. What is so hard about understanding that? Say something about this $400,000 thing that you're giving away. You was giving these people $350,000, $390,000 and ain't asked not one question about it. Just saying, yes, give it to him. Well, hell, give Bob $350,000.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah,
Bob's right.
that's right.
I appreciate your precious thoughts on your Public Works Chairman, on your Public Works Department, and I most definitely wouldn't insult your Public Works Department. But I will say this, okay? I agree with you. At some point, we do have to be physically responsible. But what I was just told was we need to pay somebody $120,000 to teach somebody else how to be a manager. But at the same time, the man just said he started from the bottom, got all these certificates, got all the way to the top. Now we got to pay this guy $120,000 to teach him how to be a manager
It's not just the certificate.
or how to manage him. So
She can't.
You can have your time. We only got 3 minutes.
Please, it's okay.
So, is there any way I can, I mean, as counsel, can I ask Rob how he feels, if he's ready?
No,
or-
we're not gonna bring an employee up.
We gonna wait till
We're not gonna bring an employee up, no.
Okay, all right, I was
No.
just.
You know,
I was
at
just
this
curious.
point, let's vote it up or down and move
Okay.
forward,
All right,
all right?
I agree.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman Jackson.
I don't know if it's proper or not, but at this time, can we take a recess until our clerk comes back
Well, let's,
out of respect?
we'll just hold until that time. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I'll take 3 minutes.
Sure.
I don't know. It's a cousin. That's a cousin.
No, you can always leave you. Yeah, the only thing is, I mean, I always try to, so it's not like, oh, there's gonna, something older is gonna be a home, it's not gonna help, but otherwise.
I got one.
But the only thing about that though, how much money have they saved us?
They ain't
Because
saved us, no. We have a problem, bro. We have a problem. We got a problem.
All right, moving forward, I'd like to go ahead and take a vote on this.
Alderman Ray.
Oh, she stepped out.
Okay. You wanna wait or do you?
Is there a motion and I second? Or is there a motion? How does that work?
There was a motion by Alderman Evans, second by Alderman Murphy. Yeah.
Alderman?
Yeah, for sure.
I need to stop.
No discussion.
Yeah.
No.
Unless you talk about the baseball game.
Right. Maybe talk about. What about them
NBA playoffs, I know, I know,
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, she's coming back.
Doggone Wizards.
Yours, Sandy.
Just,
All righty then.
I got a question.
That's quite all right. We're on 8-2. There has been a motion and a second to approve the contract, and there is a roll call vote at this time.
So just so I'm clear, we're talking 2 6-month terms for a total of 120,000.
Yes,
Add,
two 6 months terms.
add a
out.
review period at 6 months.
And a review
And
at
with
six,
the review at 6
at
months.
6
six
months.
Okay, so if they're good to go in 6 months, then we're only out 60K.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay, I just want to make sure that that's
Everybody's
understood.
understand.
And there is a difference now.
Yeah, so, yeah,
Okay.
all right. Do we have a roll call?
Alderman Ray,
Aye.
Alderman Murphy,
Aye.
Alderman Brooks.
Aye.
Alderman Jackson,
Aye.
Alderman Coleman, Alderman Evans.
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Motion carried. Oh, 8-3, this consideration and approval to waive first reading and approve mayor to sign new lease agreement for 5 police vehicles with Enterprise FM Trust and down payment of $29,887.
Mayor Rockingham,
Alderman Evans.
I'd like to approve to waive first reading and approve mayor to sign new lease agreement for 5 police vehicles with Enterprise FM Trust and down payment of $29,487.
Second.
It's been moved by Alderman Evans, second by Alderman Allen, that 8-3 be paid as presented. Are there questions?
Question,
Alderman
can
Jackson.
the chief of staff give the reasoning for a waiver of the first reading, please?
I will defer that to the comptroller. She was dealing with this and
Okay.
nobody called.
Yes,
to ask her
okay,
about
because
that.
I know there's gonna be questions about it. If Madam Comptroller can address that issue, I greatly appreciate it. Okay, thank you. Oh,
We haven't got there yet. We haven't got there yet.
Continue that. I thought that was a great segue. Thank you.
Good evening, Alderman. Okay, so thank you for, good evening to all Aldermen. Welcome aboard to all our newly elected Aldermen. So I just wanted to go in, so a little background on Enterprise. We actually have a contract with Enterprise to lease vehicles for us, whether it's our police department, public works, or economic development department. The way that Enterprise work, they go out and they negotiate prices for us on new vehicles. We had 5 vehicles that have reached the end of their lease cycle. And we actually extended it to 2 cycles past what originally for. So at this point, we don't have the option to continue on the lease again. So now at this point, what we're striving to do is to go ahead and sell those vehicles back to Enterprise. Of course, by leasing the vehicle, we have equity in the vehicle. So they'll sell that vehicle and then they give us that cash to apply towards the new leases that we're gonna have. The reason why we are requesting to waive it is, of course, we all know what's going on in the world right now. For us to be able to get vehicles, they have windows of when you can possibly order them. When, their banks open up, there's no telling when they're gonna close. And the city is, pretty much in line to be able to get vehicles when they are available. So the reason why we want to go ahead and waive it is because we didn't want to miss the opportunity that we have right now, where for us to be able to get the 5 new vehicles. Currently, they're offering incentives of $7,000 per vehicle, so a total of $35,000 to be able to reduce the value of those vehicles for us to make payments on. So that's the reason why, if we waited, the opportunity for us to be able to get those vehicles may not be here in 2 weeks.
All right. Any other questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Murphy. Aye. Alderman Brooks.
Aye.
Alderman Jackson.
Aye.
Alderman Coleman.
Aye.
Alderman Evans.
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Aye.
Alderman Ray.
Motion carried. 8-4, city bills.
Mayor Rockingham,
Alderman Allen.
make a motion to pay the city bills plus a special 1, special 2. The total bills for all 3 is $1,068,544.99 when funds come available.
Second.
It's been moved by Alderman Allen, second by Alderman Evans, that the city bills be paid as presented. Are there questions on the bills?
No.
Wait until one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. Are there any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Brooks.
Aye.
Alderman Jackson.
Aye.
Alderman Coleman. Alderman Evans.
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Aye.
Alderman Ray. Alderman Murphy. Aye.
For those that don't know, that's an inside joke. All right, miscellaneous business. Anything under miscellaneous business?
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman Coleman.
I would like to thank the North Chicago, thank all of the public works and everybody who worked today that went out into the community, especially the 2nd Ward and the 3rd Ward. I spent like 4 hours out there today with Chief Gary, We went around the second ward. I know he was around the third ward. I don't know when everybody else's wards are. But we were looking at the sidewalks. We were looking at areas with low lighting in the second ward. And so this summer, we're looking at lightening up the second ward, getting some areas cleaned up around Thompson, around Kukler. Today was a good day for the second ward. And I'd like to thank the staff, everybody that put today's events together. I guess you do it every year, but I'd just like to thank the staff for putting that wonderful day in the second ward together for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Man, I just want to let everyone know that in the fourth ward, we're going out and we're gonna be doing a lot of house cleaning. So I just want everybody to know, we're gonna be out, people gonna be getting letters in the mail saying, great job. We're gonna have to start cleaning up some things around the city, in our ward, even some of the businesses in our community. We're gonna be starting trying to clean up our city because that's important. You know, I tell people all the time, when you used to be, when you was growing up, when mom used to always say, we got company coming, we're gonna clean up our house. So we're gonna have company every day coming in our house. So we need to clean up our city. That's very important. But we wanna have a nice, clean city. So we'll be riding around tomorrow in our city. So, and I will be starting in our ward on June 1st. We're gonna have be a ward of the month. We're gonna take pictures in my ward. And I hope maybe all other aldermen will do the same thing. We'll do a award. And that month, whoever had the best looking yard, we're gonna have them come to city council and we're gonna recognize those people for having a nice. So we're trying to get everybody to team up and be a team working together. Thank you.
Anyone else?
How about?
This ward will be going cleaning up too.
Miss, can you turn your mic on?
We'll be going out on the 7th to do the cleanup. Hear the, warnings or whatever, or find out what's going on, how you can clean it up, what you need help with. But we gonna get it clean, okay?
Amen.
Very good. Thank you. Alderman Brooks?
First off, I would like to thank the council for the support they've given me for this run. Thank the people who have voted for me, as well as the mail-in votes that came in. I would take credit for that. The family that's here to support me as well, I just want to acknowledge them. These are the people that made me.
All right.
Please do. My mom, Adrian Brooks. My grandmother, that's Medea, Christine Brooks. My wife, Gwen Stan, is Daphne. My brother, my dear brother, my only brother, Brandon Brooks. All right. We got Dr. Colbert there, please stand for support. Go ahead, Coach, stand up. Coach Coleman, he gave me a lot of crap. Go ahead and stand up. Thank you for your support. The people here, also while they're here, and I'll be really quick, not only are they here physically, but they represent people that are not here. My gramps, my grandma Lila Joe, my grandpa Joe, my best friends, Gregory Gumpy Colbert, Isaac Rowland, who all can't be here that I wish were here to see this. So thank you all. I promise to do the best job I can do as I grow and learn in this position. That's all I gotta say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. So I wanted to say thank you to the residents of North Chicago for giving me the opportunity to serve a second term as treasurer. And I also want to call out my fiance, Sharonda Jones, who's here in the audience. What's up there with me? And then my mother, who I think is having technical difficulty trying to figure out Zoom to get online, but happy to have her out of the hospital. So, just thank you again for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Mayor, one more thing, ward meeting, remember this Saturday?
That's on you. You gotta tell
Okay, all right, I just need the floor one more time. This Saturday, May the 10th, we have a ward meeting, 11 o'clock, right here at City Hall for the second ward, but everybody is welcome. And we'll be having refreshments or light refreshments, but May the 10th, 11 o'clock, right here at City Hall. Everybody's welcome, but it's a second ward meeting.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I got one thing real quick.
Sure.
This is,
Go right ahead.
as we start this new council, the most important thing that I know I said this before, is let's not forget the mission of what we're here for. Let's not forget what we are supposed to do, what we should do, and let's communicate with each other where we can legally and try and make sure that we have everything decent and in order and professional. Because that's what's gonna make us as a team, the solidarity that needs to be done here. We have two new fresh bodies, fresh eyes, fresh faces. And I think we're headed in the right direction. And I said this when I first took office is, I'm here to serve and not be served. And let's not forget that, my council members. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. And anyone else? Anyone else? Before we close our council, and I know we're trying to get to the cake and coffee to cut the cake, but we do have one thing on a committee meeting, and that's all we have, and then we're gonna go out and enjoy ourselves and come back and take pictures if you want. Couple of real quick things that I did have to announce is that I did announce committee appointments. I think everyone's got their committee appointments. There is a couple of changes, so unfortunately I do have to make. Building and license, the chair will now be Bobby Allen, under building and license, and under public works, Donna Murphy, you'll be vice chair.
Okay.
So those are the two changes that I will have to make. You guys will get updates as soon as my secretary gets back into the office. She is actually on doing a conference. So those are the two things. Second thing, Thursday, we have our trucks, food trucks. We are coming back. It was a great inaugural where we had food trucks out here in the back at City Hall. We're bringing them back. It'll be the first Thursday of every month. We're gonna be second, as I said, that's what I said, second Thursday of every, didn't you guys hear me? Second Thursday of every month. We're having food trucks here at City Hall. We're gonna be anywhere from 5 to 6 different food trucks and different vendors. We'll have music, entertainment, come out and enjoy yourselves. I'm inviting the Sanctuary to come out because you're a part of Lake Bluff and you said you want to be a part of North Chicago. Come out and enjoy yourself here in North Chicago and be a part of our community. That's, I think that was the only thing. Oh, it's from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock on Thursday. So 4 to 8, we'll have food trucks out and just feed yourself. Just, just add pounds. It doesn't matter. And last but not least, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all that are part. 4:30? Oh, shoot. 4:30 to 9 o'clock. Oh, we're gonna jam for a long time. 4:30 to 9 o'clock. So again, come out, enjoy yourselves, and again, happy Mother's Day. With that, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
It's been moved and
Second.
been moved by Alderman Allen, second by Alderman Brooks, that the city council stand adjourned. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And it looks like your turn.
I would like to open the Economic Development Planning and Zoning Committee meeting. Take a roll call.
Coming on board.
Did I do that right? Did I do that correctly?
Yeah, you did. Lori's just slowing down a little bit.
We trying to get out of here.
Alderman Jackson.
Present.
Alderman Coleman. Alderman Evans.
Here.
Alderman Allen.
Here.
Alderman Ray. Alderman Murphy. Present. Alderman Brooks.
Present.
All right.
The discussion is a petition by Brim's Realty requesting a map amendment for the property located at 3601 Skokie Highway. Any questions? Is there anybody here to represent that?
But Taylor,
This
No
is-
public comment?
no
Okay,
public
my
comment
bad.
during committee meeting.
I'm new to that, y'all, my bad.
No, can't.
All right. Any questions from the council?
Here we have. Check.
Yes.
Question for you. Could Taylor come up here and just explain, Taylor?
Sure. Come on, Taylor.
Come up and explain what this. Okay, thank you.
You want a quick explanation of the
Yeah,
petition?
quick,
Sure.
yeah.
The petitioner is seeking a rezoning from the M1 industrial zoning district to the M3 intense industrial zoning district. This is property 3601 Skokie Highway, east side of Skokie Highway out there, just located south of the Ozinga concrete plant. They are seeking the rezoning because the existing zoning designation, they found it difficult to lease the property. They found that there's additional vacancy after the departure of several businesses over the years. And the M3, they feel gives them the appropriate breadth of uses that would help them to occupy that building. They feel it's appropriate with the consistency of the zoning of that corridor. And they seek your consideration for that request.
what do you suggest about that, about the building? What exactly is they gonna be doing in that building?
We don't know. That is completely speculative at this point. There's uses permitted by each zoning district.
The reason that I'm asking is because these people are up here for some reasons, because they heard something about it.
Right.
So what exactly is they gonna be doing in that building?
At immediate, nothing changes. There's no immediate change to the property. The existing users are there, would be permitted under the proposed zoning designation, and so nothing immediately changes. There's no alteration to the building proposed at this time. There is no immediate proposal for change.
Okay. But I don't know if it's clear or not. All these people are up here from Lake Bluff. They're concerned about the area. Right, that's right. Somebody done told them something. And I'm saying, straighten it out now. What is it that we're zoning it for?
We are zoning it M3 because it gives them additional uses that they could then,
Of what?
For
That's what I'm
tenants.
saying, of what?
there's a very extensive use table list in the zoning ordinance that we could.
What, isn't it, one of the things is they're trying to get a truck repair, semi.
That is the most interest that they've
Yeah.
received is from truck repair, yeah.
Yes.
That's it, that's all I
Yeah.
want you to do is just
Right.
say what it is.
That's one of the interested users, yeah.
Okay, is it truck repair?
Correct.
Okay, so the truck repair and what else?
What else is being proposed?
Yes.
That's what's been proposed
So,
right now.
now I wanna, I know you guys can't talk right now. I'm gonna say this though. If it's only truck repair, I'm just wondering why all of them is up here because of a truck repair. Everybody been coming up here speaking, but you're saying it's just a truck repair, so they was misled. Is that what it is? So what do you suggest we do?
What was your suggestion to the board?
Staff's recommendation has been to approve the petitioner's request.
And I'll add this too also. If you look along the east side of Skokie and you see Ozinga and some of the others, they're all zoned M3 now. And you look to the south of this property and it's zoned M3 at this point. So, to make this M3 is more contiguous with things that are along the east side of Skokie Highway.
Oh, that's fine, Mayor. I just want to know.
I know, I'm
Right.
trying to.
So now that we know the situation, because you just said, it's just a truck repair, right?
That's the interest they've received.
Well, that's why I wanted him to come up. Thank you.
That's why we wanted you to come up, that's all. And that's what you said. That's what they heard.
Go ahead, Anthony. Oh, sorry, Alderman Coleman. I had to say
It's cool, Tay, it's cool.
Alderman Tay. No.
How about that, Alderman? Quick question. I heard that it was truck repair too. So just for the record, I'm voting because I think it's a good idea. If we're gonna have a truck stop, have a truck repair. next to it, so we can bring income in. So I'm based, and once again, I base my decisions off of the information that I get, and I'm trying to show you guys something. I vote off of what I get, and what I'm getting right now is truck repair. I don't have a problem with truck repair, and I support you on that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions? Hearing none. I call to close the Economic Development Planning and Zoning Committee.
Should that be
Oh,
placed on?
I'm
committee?
sorry, yes, God, I'm gonna get used to this.
That's all right.
Got make a motion
No, just to have it.
to move forward. See, I asked you that. Okay, all right, make a motion to move this.
No,
No.
just to
Ask
have it.
that. Yeah, ask that it be moved.
Are we placing this on the next council meeting? All right. Now motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Moved by Alderman Murphy, second by Alderman Jackson.
Second.
All right,
All in favor?
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, we're closed.
All right, cake and coffee is outside, everyone, and you can take photos and everything. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, there's a cheat sheet.
That's okay. Pam, you're fine. I got you.
I have a question for
You
you.
okay?
When you have a minute, or if you have a minute.
All right.
But you did, right, it's just me. Right.
He's part of our staff and he's. I understand. He's fine.
Yeah, see, that's what they were, that's what that's why I want, see, that's why I want
Yeah,
to
that's
say.
what that was. When you asked me about the here,
Hey,
I
I'm
knew
not-
that. I just thought it last week.
That's okay.
And when I was in Springfield, and he said, and I actually answered all the questions I had. I said, well, bring it up and let the audience decide, but I want you to explain it to them, so you know.
Thank you. Thank you.